This is for the players.
I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And this is For The Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation Podcast. Over 40 years of playing PlayStation, 8 plus years in that games media combined. I'd like to thank you for joining us 100 times for PlayStation Conversations.
Only took us 3 intro attempts to get there. This PlayStation Conversation happens every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. If you're feeling generous, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/popculturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. Might be something there that interests you.
If you are a Patreon supporter, you can watch us record this show live, and your name does get dropped at the end of the show in our cool little credits thing. I had jazzed it up, so rather than just being a video, you now get to say your names. It's all cool.
Wow.
It's very cool. But yeah, and we also... Pardon me as a burp. If you want to do a show that supports pop cultures on your body, it's popculturists.com/shop, where you can buy shirts and other assorted shit with our logos on it.
We should start wearing them again. You'd think for episode 100 we would have both worn.
No. Well, I still can. We can always run off into the other room. But
no, we've started now.
You've already started.
Yep.
I like my new WrestleMania shirt, so I'm pretty cool with it.
Okay.
And we also twitch.tv/thepopculturist every Wednesday, 8 p.m.
Cool.
Yeah, man. 100 episodes.
You're the best.
Around. Nothing gonna keep you down. Except for the other podcast.
Except for all those words being lies.
Yeah.
About us.
We're average. Hell yeah. Everybody's about as good as us.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's very cool to finally reach triple dig. So
yeah, we didn't really do anything.
No, we didn't do anything. We did say we were going to get pizza, which we didn't do.
Oh yeah. What's happening with
I was
that?
going to message you earlier, and I was like, oh, but you were like, hey, I'm on my way. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get here in time.
I was only like 10 minutes late.
Yeah. True.
Okay. Yeah. Right. All right.
We can always post episode pizza.
No.
You have to go do family things.
No.
You still want to be here?
I'm just looking forward to my quiet afternoon / quiet night that I happen to have tonight.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you for the offer.
Yeah, no. Cool.
But I need my me time.
You need new time, yeah. Well, because I got to have some me time for at least a little bit on this week. So we're on Easter break right now at work. Mm-hmm. So I got back on at the end of the month. So I had all week this week off, and I got next week off. So
nice.
Wednesday is James goes to daycare. Millie goes to work.
Yep.
Dylan wasn't here. He was at work too. So the whole time by myself.
How good is it?
It was pretty sweet.
How many times did you whack it?
Less than you'd expect.
Oh, okay.
But no, so then I got a phone call from Millie going, hey, can you go pick James up? Like, well, that was half a day. That's funny.
There's nothing worse. As much as you love your kids, you get them off to school or, whatever, and you're like, okay, rest of the day's planned. I got 6 or 7 hours. And then you see the school ringing and you're like...
Look.
Hello, Josh.
I had a good morning. Don't get me wrong, the morning was sufficient. So I got up when they left, and I kind of chilled out for a little bit, and then I got an email from WWE being like, "Hey, rewatch WrestleMania in VR." I was like, I forgot about that. So then I set because all the VR bumpkins is in here. Brought the console in here, had it sat down, put that bad boy on. Now you can't watch the whole pay-per-view, of course. They have selected matches, and this is on the Next VR app. Now I don't know where. I believe the app is available in Australia, but I don't know whether it has everything. So I myself downloaded the US version, knowing that I could get the WWE. So it has the main event, obviously the triple threat, and it has No Holds Barred, the Batista match, and of course it has the Kofi match. So I watched the Kofi match again, and it's just as brilliant. In VR, if anything, it's more powerful. So at the end,
is it just a fixed camera?
No, because they set up 4 or 5 different
do you
angles.
alternate between them yourself?
No, they do it themselves. So so it's not the full match. It's kind of a trimmed down version. It's a lot of all the sort of the key moments, but in different angles. So there's one on top of the ring post. There's a couple by the side. There's one in the entranceway. And here I am, by myself at 10 in the morning on a Wednesday, just bawling my eyes out again. It was still cool because they, even in 3D, the kids came out. There was the big crowd, and you can see all the emotion on everyone's face, in that ring, and very powerful experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go through all that effort. Setting up the VR and...
Well, I just wanted to see.
Yeah.
I wanted to check it out. And it was worth checking out. Wasn't the dumbest thing I've done. But it was pretty sweet.
Close, but not the dumbest.
yeah, like, I've done dumber things. Have you been, man? How's your week been? Yeah?
Yeah.
You're on break too now, yeah?
Till Tuesday. Yeah. And then from Thursday for that weekend, because Anzac Day is next Thursday.
It is indeed,
So we're not doing Friday. We're just having another 4-day weekend. So that's good.
Party.
Kids go back to school next week.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you had school holidays as well on top of that.
Oh, yeah, it just means I don't go to uni on a Monday and I
Yeah.
have to work another day during
Yeah.
the week. So it doesn't mean much to me. But yeah,
So, how has your school holidays been? What have you been up to? What'd you do?
I'm still working.
No, it's not
It
like,
doesn't change
but like,
anything
have you
for
done
me.
any school holiday things with the boy?
No, they don't want to do anything.
Oh.
They're at that age where it's just like, I want to just leave me alone, please.
All right.
I'm like, all right,
All right.
sweet.
So I imagine you've been playing some games then. What have you been playing?
Uno?
I saw that. I saw you playing Uno on the PS4.
That was Harley.
It's
It's really fucking good.
yeah.
It's really, really good.
Like, how does it work when you all know? Like, how does it not? How does it do it without everyone knowing? Oh, is it using the phones?
No,
Then how?
it's an actual game
Yeah.
with your controller. Yeah.
Then wouldn't you know what everyone else has in terms of their cards?
No? Why? How would you know that?
Because how would they? Wouldn't you look at your cards? Because in the whole point, you don't know what
But
your
you're
cards
playing with
are.
other people online. They see their screen.
So I thought you guys were playing locally,
No,
like co-op.
no. You can play locally in a 2v2 match.
Mm.
So you got split screen. Not really a split screen, but you see your teammates' cards. I don't think you can do.
Because I'm pretty sure it's got PlayLink support,
Oh, does it?
so you can play on your mobiles, and then you each have your own stack.
Yeah,
of
no,
cards.
just playing online against other people.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Uno games could take 40 minutes,
Do you reckon
45 minutes. No, but it was fun. Because when we played Uno, actually, like in real life with my kids, my son's like, "That's not the rules." I'm like, "What you're speaking of does not exist." Because he's watched Markiplier do a big playthrough of Uno, and now I'm seeing all the rules. I'm like, "Oh."
So you mean I can't throw about 18 plus fours at anyone?
Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of rules I didn't know.
Like what?
A 7 means you can swap your hand with someone else.
Oh.
And a 0 means everyone rotates hands clockwise or anti-clockwise,
Oh,
depending
what
which
the
way it's
fuck?
going. If someone does a draw 2 on you and you have one, you can chuck your own draw 2 on there, and it goes to the next person, who they'll either cop a draw 4 from cumulative,
But they can
or they drop their own one on. It goes to
yeah,
the next.
I understand because
Yeah.
you can really wreck someone's day
Yeah.
with like 15 of them.
If someone plays a wild, you can challenge them, saying like, if it's a green and they throw a wild, you're like, hang on, I reckon you have a green, and they show their hand, and if they do, you call their bluff on the wild, so they have to draw 4 cards, or if they
so
don't,
they're like, it's green. Like, you don't have any green cards.
no, yeah, well, it's green, and they're like, they play a wild, and you're like, I reckon you could have played a green card because you have a green card in your
okay.
hand, and they have to show their hand, and if
Yeah.
if they didn't have a green, they're like, ha! So you're like, fuck, and you have to draw 4. The games just get prolonged and on and on. And it's cool. It's fun. It's
I like the simplified
$7.
version where it's just like bam, 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 bam. Like we did change the rules for Uno in high school. We had 2 cards that we coloured in ourselves. They were called the Max Beef cards. I don't know why they were called Max Beef, but there was 4 of them, and they were slap cards.
Okay.
So you go. So first, dude, whack.
I don't know if I could do those rules with
I
my
could
kids,
do it now, yeah.
But
But yeah, because like it'll make it even worse. Like, you just get a string of pluses, like 14 cards. Like buzz.
What else? There was another rule. I thought if it's red and you couldn't play a red, I thought you just drew
Match
a card.
the number.
No, you just drew or you can match the number. But if you couldn't play anything, I thought you just drew a card.
Yeah,
No, you keep drawing until you pick up something that you can play.
that's new.
Yeah, so you'll see someone go from like 3 cards to 20 just with a
Wow.
string of bad luck. But the card they picked up is a 7, which means they can drop that and go, well, you can have the 20 cards I just picked up and take yours. It's fun. It's good.
It's like $6 something.
Yeah, it's like $6-7 worth it. It's normally like 15.
Oh, nice.
It's good fun.
I like it. I like it.
Jump back into Monster Hunter World as well.
Because it made the Game Pass.
It's on
this
Game
week.
Pass as of yesterday.
Feeling it?
Already killed the Anjanath.
Hey, I think I just got past it last time I played.
I think Max and I helped you with it. You were streaming, and I think Max and I were in with you.
I think you
doing
did. That sounds about right.
Then you were like,
Nah, I'm done with it. Oh yeah, no, I lie. We did the down the cavern mission, like down the canyon, where you have to like.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That mission sucked, anus.
Yeah, they're very bad.
And that I instantly lost all momentum in that game from that mission.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
But they're not that,
Yeah.
They're average. Yeah, that's it.
So are you playing better this time around?
I feel like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still kind of remember a lot. Gone back to my default weapon. I still know all the combos and stuff. Sword and shield.
Nice. Very cool.
Not much saying it because I spoke I gushed about it for months when it came out.
Yeah,
so
go back
January last year.
like 50 episodes ago,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, ish. Maybe a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've said enough for me last time. It's good.
Very nice.
It's good. And some Division.
Yeah.
Just when I've got stuff to do. Because I'm at the point now it's like, well, waiting for resets and stuff.
Very nice.
I've said enough about the Division as well,
true.
I feel like.
I myself have been playing a lot more Division. I'm at level 27 now.
Further than I thought you'd get.
Yeah, me too. Like, it's been really cool about how I gave out so many levels ago on Division 1. I think I was at like 16, 17 at best. So now I've nearly hit level cap, which is huge. I'm still enjoying it. It's like it's one of those things like I just play a podcast and play away. So I still have no idea what's going on. So even when I do eventually roll credits, I'm not going to have a fucking clue. They're like, well, as you said, there's no roll credits. But at the end, if there's this big, you've done everything. This is the conclusion of the story.
There is a cutscene with, the people from the settlements that you've helped and all that kind of stuff. But you won't even know who they are.
Yeah, I think that woman gave me projects once.
I have been doing my collectibles, getting all the comms and the echoes and all that. And they're still just like number 1. Some really sad stuff, really fucked up stuff. And they're still relying on that to kind of tell the story of the world. Some really good stuff. There's even a comms tab for New York, and you can find out what's happening over in New York.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like that, from the old security captain, Captain Benitez, who played a pretty big role in number 1. He does the comms for New York, kind of updating where they're at, where all the old factions are up to. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. Well, it looks as if I've finished all the main missions because I got the trophy that's like all settlements are fully upgraded and whatnot. So I think I've done that part. So next I'm now onto the 3 strongholds. Are they called?
Yes.
Yeah. So one for each of the main factions, and then the Black Tusk will come through, and then I go do their stronghold. So he says like 7 hours or something left in it. That sounds about
depends.
Right.
Yeah. You can't really put a time on it.
Well, I always play solo as well, so that might be a thing. And hang on, we got Paul James in the chat. He says party, and campaign complete in Division 2. That cutscene is pretty underwhelming. He says.
Yeah, it was pretty shit.
Yeah, so I may have to recruit you, Paul.
I'm pretty sure
get through these strongholds.
Yeah, I think you'll need to group up for the strongholds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always grouped for the missions, just through random matchmaking. So I don't know how difficult they are solo.
Yeah.
I know they can be done solo. I don't know how they'll go like first time around, not knowing kind of what's going on.
Well, to the game's credit though, like I've literally made it to the level cap without playing with anyone.
Oh, you could do, yeah.
And like, because I did play with Paul a little bit.
Not out of necessity.
Not out of necessity. Yeah. Like, I remember when the big selling point was like, you can play this game like a single player game, and I was like, I totally have.
Yeah, you can.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed it that way.
No, Paul said he did them solo, but the last one was super rough.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But you're having an easier time now that I'm like, hey, use the skill.
Yeah, so like I keep forgetting I have these skills. So I have the turret and the chem launcher, and I made the chem launcher the shield regenerator. Because I'm like, I'll use that. And I used it like when I got it at like level 8.
Yeah.
And then I forgot about it. And I can use the turret all the time, but then I forget that I could just go thunk and like recharge my shield. So all these things I'm getting mushed on, I'm like, I need them to drop more shields, and then drop more armor for me so I can go like thunk, thunk. There it is.
Yeah. It's life-changing.
Would have made things so much
I've had it since like level 5 and I've never swapped it out. As soon as I got it, I haven't taken it off. It's too good. I think that's an issue. It's too good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's too good.
It seems like it does. When you mention you can just double tap it and just drop it there and that's all it is, like it does seem like a big, not a momentum killer is probably the wrong term, but it's like that is such an easy win button.
Well, I've got 2 mods in mine. I have 13 ammo in my chem launcher.
Jesus fuck.
I'm never out of it. Never out of it.
But yeah, that's been pretty rum. So on top of that, I've also been playing My Time at Portia. Or Portia.
I saw you streaming that the other night.
The game is great.
Popped in. I always pop in.
Oh, thank you.
I'll just have a look, see what's going on. See if you're in any trouble. Making sure you're right.
Coming with your mod abilities that, just go,
Oh, do I have mod abilities?
I'm sure you do. Like, I have mod abilities for Craig's too, but I have no... Like, if I had to do mod stuff, I'd be like... I don't know what to do. How do I ban someone?
This guy's actually really funny. I don't want to ban him.
So, My Time At Portia, it is a post-apocalyptic game in... Literally. But it's not quite as, like... sad and depressing as it should, like Fallout, right? So you come in on boat to this from this isle, from this somewhere else. You come into this new place, and you are there. You've got the farm of your father, which is always
the whole family,
which is always the case when it comes down to farming games. And essentially, what it wants you to do is to rebuild your shop. So you become like a commission. Like you do commissions. People are like, "Hey, I need 3 fences." You're like, "Okay." Use your fences, and while you're doing that, you're also building up your farming ability and what you can and can't do. So I dig it, which is not surprising. Yeah. It's totally it's more of a bets and game than anything.
Are there any time limits?
No,
because that was what was so refreshing about Stardew Valley is you were never on a time limit for anything.
Yeah,
if you wanted to skip a whole season and just talk to people, you could do that and not be penalised.
So the commissions have a time limit.
But you choose to accept them.
You choose to accept them in the same way that when you would accept like a quest at the the general store in Stardew Valley. So if you don't choose to accept any of the commissions, you can just piss fun around.
You just don't get money.
Yeah, so there are mines and stuff. So you go in the mines, you can extract all the ores and stuff you need, and then you use them and sort of build stuff and then sell it and whatnot, which is fine. You can go and gallivant and talk about stuff. Now, what I love about it already is the first mission that you get. One of the first missions you get given is like, hey, can you build a bridge from here to that island? Like, oh, alright, that seems relatively straightforward. You think this is probably like some sort of mild tutorial mission? Fuck no.
So the whole game mission?
Yeah, it's pretty much the big first hunk of the game mission. So you're like, all right, let's pull up in the book that goes how to build a thing. It's like, all right, so for the bridge I need a bronze plate and hardwood. All right, how do I get a bronze plate? All right, I need bronze bricks. How do I get bronze bricks? I need bronze ore. Okay, how to make bronze ore? I need nickel and copper. Okay. All right. So the way it works is like, so this is the goal, and they don't explain that there's 4 steps to get to that. And that's fun, because as you start reading, you go back, and you go back, and then you go back, and you're like, okay, this is where it is.
Base components.
Then you're like, cool. So, all right, so I've been able to go to the mine, get all the ore I need to make the plates. It's like, we need hardwood. How do I get hardwood? It's from the big trees. The axe you have at the start isn't enough. Upgrade the axe. Like, fuck. All right, I gotta go back and get some more bronze ore. Now you got the axe. And like, that's fun for me. I don't know why, but that's totally fun for me.
Yeah.
So taking those steps, just like bit by bit, just chiseling away at the overall goal of getting the bridge together. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Good. How much was it?
$30? $39? It was $39. It was it was $50 on disc or $39 online. I was like, oh, I'll get the disc and then I'll return it if I don't like. I'm like, wait, no, fuck that. Like, if I get it on the disc, I'm never gonna play it because I'm not a big fan of swap. Like, I've become spoiled. I don't swap discs.
Okay.
So I was like, let's get it digitally. What's the worst that's going to happen? $39, says Paul James in the chat. But yeah, no, it's very cool. Like, I dig it a lot. I made the character look like James. It was funny because I'm going to make him look like me. But they auto like random like a blonde looking kid. My looks like my son. So I went with that. What else? But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing in terms of that. But yeah, Portia's dope. I dig it. I'll have more for it probably in the next week or so, as I spend some more time with it, depending on when Days Gone arrives, of course, which is probably not going to be until late next week anyway. But yeah, I'm just going to. Like, I literally just last night, as once again, just podcasts, playing Portia, just doing all that little grind, and it was zen as fuck. Like, it was kind of what I needed, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Kind of what you'd get from everybody's golf.
Well, that's what I did get from everybody's golf as well. Yeah, the same sort of zen.
That was chill.
Yeah, very cool. But that's what we've been playing this week. So now we jump into the section where we tell you about all the PlayStation news that you need to know about in a section we call Inform the Players.
Oh, yeah. That was very poorly timed. Number 1, on Twitter, director and writer Neil Druckman from Naughty Dog, has stated that, quote, the most ambitious cinematic shoot we've ever done is wrapped up. Included is a photograph of lead actors Troy Baker as Joel and Ashley Johnson as Ellie on set in full mocap gear. He said many tears were shed. He's saying that it was the last cutscene they needed to do for The Last of Us 2. And
they also posted a picture of a script that just said cut to black, the end.
Yeah, the old faithful cut to black.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't like about it is because up to this point, up until this tweet, everyone's like, where's Joel? What's his role in the game? Where is he? Is he around? Is he dead? Is he like an image in Ellie's head? And this just kind of...
we just got the old game director of Days Gone, like one of our Days Gone tweets. What a champ.
But now we know Joel's in it.
Thanks, Chef. Yes.
Must be in a pretty big way, I'd assume.
Either in some, because like we saw him in that original trailer, so we don't know whether he's still alive, whether he's there.
That's what I meant. But to me, that was like, oh no, he's about.
Like he's there. Whether it be an imagination thing of Ellie, and that's just her like, visualizing him being there. It's like kind of in like the Arkham Knight, for a poor example, where the Joker's always there, but he's there as part of Batman's psyche and not part of.
Yeah. I don't know.
Paul James cut to black. Oh shit! Last of Us 2 is going all Sopranos on us. I love the ending of Sopranos.
Really good show. But yeah, I still don't think that means we're getting it this year.
It is not this year.
Everyone's like, that means it's coming this year. No, it doesn't.
I understand they can be working on the game and doing motion capture at the same time. It's totally happened. But positive speculation. The end. That could have been a script for DLC.
No,
realistically, that's the script of the game, and they haven't finished yet.
Yeah. It's definitely not this year.
It is not this year. There is no way that game is coming out this year.
Number 2, Netflix is currently producing a TV adaptation of The Witcher, following the immense success of The Witcher 3's Wild Hunt. As far as we've known so far, though, we don't know anything about it, when it's coming, nothing like that. But Netflix did say during their what quarter are we in? 2. Mm-hmm. They had some meeting, and the owner of Netflix is like, it's coming fourth quarter 2019.
So it's coming the back end of this year in our spring. As we do know that Henry Cavill has been cast as Geralt. Oh, Gary?
Geralt.
So he's coming.
According to Reddit, Geraldo.
Yeah.
Hey. There's a big running thing on Reddit where...
You spend a lot of time in Reddit, don't you?
Yeah. It's the only form of social media I use. There's a running thing of like people like The Witcher is ironically the pinnacle of good gaming. So whenever there's like news of like, so-and-so game says so-and-so and it's good news, everyone's like, praise Geraldo. He's the icon of good gaming.
The Jesus of good games.
Yeah, the Jesus. Yeah. Or when it's something bad, it's like Geraldo sad. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm curious, I suppose. I like the game a lot. I like the lore a lot. I don't know if I like Henry Cavill a lot. I really don't like him as Superman, but the other roles he's been, I'm like, yeah, you're dope. Like in Mission Impossible 6.
He was brilliant in Mission Impossible.
You're incredible in this. He's really touch and go to me. Not that he played his part well in the DC stuff.
I think
it's
it was
more
how
just
it was
what he was
written.
given. Yeah. But obviously that what's the word I'm looking for? That changes the way you look at an actor.
Yeah.
Whether or not they obviously wrote the lines or not. His delivery was good and stuff, but the character's a bit shit.
My concern is they did do like a teaser video a while ago, and it was just him in costume. And it looked like he was wearing a big old grey wig. Like, it didn't look good. And I think that's the problem.
There was a picture to go with that. Oh, it's gone now.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, like...
I'm sure it'll be fun.
It'd be cool.
It'll be fun.
Look, I'm not going to... You're probably going to watch it, yeah?
Of course
I'm going to watch it. Because you thoroughly enjoyed your time with The Witcher.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely going to at least check it out. I mean, you have to at least have a look at the pilot episode.
Yeah,
yeah. But I wouldn't, bet my house on it being a 10 out of 10 new Game of Thrones style series.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Did you watch
Game of Thrones? Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. What I liked about
it
didn't feel like 50 minutes.
No. I remember I paused it to go take a shit, and it was like, there's 3 minutes left. I'm like, what? It's just started.
Where did this happen? I am really enjoying Bran just sitting there being weird.
Did someone forget to wheel him back out of the I mean, I'm not going to go into really any spoilers of what's happening in the show, but Bran is what he was last season.
There was the greatest thing, because there's we don't have time for this. We need to you need to do something. The walkers are coming.
Your dragon.
Oh, cool. And then it cuts to him just sitting in the courtyard, not doing anything of use. Does he shit himself?
Is that part of his problem?
I'd imagine.
Is he proper paraplegic. He
Sure, why
can't
not?
control his bladder and all that. I just picture him just sitting in the courtyard,
Pooping.
just frozen in shit. You know, his whole episode, he's in the courtyard, and just at various times the camera just pans, and he's just like, just staring.
The
at
favorite like little meme I've seen of it is you know in The Office where it's like Dwight and then the blonde chick whose name I can't remember,
Angela,
and he's like, oh fuck,
it's Brand.
Yeah. It's that. So it's everyone's like, because everyone. Brand.
Yeah, Tyrion's just like talking along, and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
He's like, "Fuck!" Like, why are you here?
How did you even get here?
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
I'm starting to feel this
pull?
is coming to an end. now.
Yeah, it's cool. Like
all the strings are coming together, but there's still a lot of stuff that's like, what has she actually got up her sleeve?
Yeah.
Like a certain character in a certain landing of
kings.
Yeah.
She was really bummed there's no elephants though. She looks so bummed.
I was bummed there was no elephants.
Yeah, I want to see elephants. But on a good note though, so like each episode is getting longer, as in that they're getting like feature length by the end of this, right?
Yeah.
They've just extended episode 3 up to 83 minutes.
I thought the last episode was meant to run for 2 hours.
Yeah, it will. Yeah.
Something like
so
that.
it kind of incrementally goes up, but then it goes up, super up, down, up.
The most intriguing thing to me is what Cersei's up to.
Yeah.
Because it's never anything small, and you never go, huh? It's always like, fuck. Like when she blew up the chapel with the green fire.
Yeah, this thing was so good.
Yeah. It's always like 10 steps ahead of what you expect it to be with her.
I'm so proud of myself right now as well. For the first time, it only took 8 seasons. I'm actually watching it legally.
Oh, yeah?
Because my dad's got Foxtel now with his internet, so I was using his account.
I can't watch it legally.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
But it's not on me. It's not on me.
Not on you.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I'm excited that it's back.
Yeah, so I think
But I'm also-
episode 3 is guaranteed going to be this Battle of Winterfell, I reckon. Big old boss fight going on there.
Don't want it to end though. Now that it's back, I don't want it to end. I was happy, like in the huge break between the last season. Now I'm like, I'm ready for it to wrap up and to see the conclusion of everyone's stories. Now it started. I'm like, no, I don't want it to finish.
I went the other way. I went from having absolutely zero excitement about Game of Thrones, and then I was like, oh, I guess we'll watch it. I suppose. Like it just seemed the gap was too long, and then we watched it. And I'm like, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, but I don't want it to finish. Period. Now.
Yeah.
Also the
Oh yeah.
scared the fuck
Oh, I
out
know,
of me,
right?
Because I've got a ritual with Game of Thrones. So all the lights are off. It's 10:30, 11 at night. Pitch black. I've got the volume nice and loud, and that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, I did the. Ah!
I think I was having a sip of whiskey, like.
Because we were in the lounge and we had the TV up a bit loud. James was asleep in the bed, and I think I went ah, and he just, I'm like, fuck, don't have the kid. Yeah.
Anyway, back to the gaming news.
Yeah.
The Witcher will not be a Game of Thrones.
Speaking of, have you gone back to Gwent at all, or have you just given up on Gwent?
No, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah, it's
That's a shame. Speaking of card games.
Number 3, God of War is a year old this month, and it seems Sony isn't stopping at just free themes and avatars.
Happy birthday.
Also, that free theme on the boat, the runes translate to Ragnarok is coming. So there's a fun little thing for you. Board game developer, come on, has announced that it's hard at work on a card game based on Kratos' Norse adventure, imaginatively called God of War the card game. It sounds relatively complex, but the gist of it is you partake in quests, which are made up of 6 double-sided cards laid out to form a single image. You then need to work together to defeat the quest using your hero's strength, attacks, and special abilities to reach victory. The game is apparently due out in the latter half of this year.
I think work needs that. I think Genu Gamer would benefit from a God of War game.
It's a co-op game by the sounds of it. So.
That's what I give a fuck. I'm just gonna get it.
Yeah, I know.
I'll charge to Genu and I'll play it.
I'm always keen for new card games. It's maybe similar to Dark Souls, how you get the quests and all that.
I do when we did play Dark Souls, the board game, and it was dope. I enjoyed it a lot.
There's a Bloodborne one coming out this year too, by the way, as well.
The only problem with the
actually made by these guys too. They're busy.
Oh, nice.
They've got a big deal with Sony apparently.
Hey. The only downside with the Dark Souls one is it's fucking expensive.
Yes, that's because of all the miniatures are amazing.
Yeah.
It was $200. That was $250.
Yeah, $250. I think about $250.
But the miniatures are good, and if you can paint,
I can paint.
There's more value in them.
Yeah, cool. That's what. So Heidi, the girl that works with us, her partner Tom is massive into the Soulsborne stuff. So he picked up the board game, and he did the same thing. He just went, You paint at work.
Yeah.
You paint these at work.
Did she?
Yeah, she's bringing them in next week.
Nice. I'm always keen for more card games.
Yeah, I don't play enough. Like I said, I've still got I got the Cyanide Happiness one still in its pack. I've never actually opened it. Cards Against Humanity is fun, but I think it
wears off.
I think it's been long enough for me to make it funny again.
Oh, okay.
It's been like a year since I played
Didn't
it.
you have Exploding Kitties or something?
No,
Cats?
Craig had Exploding
that's
Kitties,
right.
and he hasn't brought it over yet.
Yeah, cards are cool. Number 4, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order has been revealed in full, and we have our first glimpse at what Respawn Entertainment's been working on. The trailer focuses on setting up the story and the world, introducing us to the player character Cal Kestis. He's a survivor of Order 66, in which almost all Jedi were wiped out, and he has to keep his powers concealed in order to stay alive in a world that wants him dead. Not much gameplay in the video, but Respawn's token wall running is back in.
Mm-hmm.
The fighting is described by Stig Asmussen, who's a developer at Respawn, I imagine, as, quote, thoughtful, meaning you'll have to utilise everything at your disposal and judge your enemy's movements as you battle.
Man, this trailer did literally nothing for me.
Yeah, me either.
I have a big heart on for Star Wars. I love Star Wars endlessly, but watching it, it honestly felt like nothing new, which is super weird. It gave me big hardcore Force Unleashed vibes. It is going to be a third person action game, because they are using the Unreal Engine compared to the Frostbite. So Unreal's brilliant at running a third person action adventure game.
Paul says Stig Asmussen is the head of the game and the guy who led God of War 3.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you, Paul.
But yeah,
they did say also, we are going to new locations in the Star Wars universe.
That I'm down for.
Never before seen, but also some known locations and stuff. So.
Yeah, it because it's not gameplay, it looked kind of like nothing for me. Saying that, it is coming out in November, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. Happy with that. By getting information out now in April, we're going to get some more before the end of the year.
Oh, the E3 still in between?
Well, although EA aren't doing a presentation at E3, they're doing EA Play, we will no doubt still see something.
On the Microsoft stage, of course.
Yeah. So I'm very hopeful that we get some gameplay, because then I can be like, okay, this is why I want to play it.
Well, this is why I don't want to play.
This is why I don't want to play it. Totally
Top selling games for week ending 14th of April 2019. Number 10, GTA 5. Number 9, Battlefield 5. Number 8, Far Cry New Dawn. Number 7, FIFA 19. Number 6, Spider-Man. Number 5, Fallout 76. Number 4, Division 2. Number 3, Sekiro. Number 2, Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 1, Battlefront 2. That's games. And the quick bits. What? Oh, on Battlefront.
It was on sale.
It was on sale.
And
Star Wars week.
Star Wars, yeah.
That big Star Wars convention.
Star Wars
the trailer
celebration,
for Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars buzz was about. Quick bits. Division 2's first raid has been delayed until May to finish balancing stuff.
Is this the level 5 World 5 thing you're talking about?
No, that was out a couple weeks ago.
So what's this?
The raid. The 8-player raid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The hard shit.
The big shit.
The big boy stuff.
Yeah.
That I probably won't be partaking in, because I don't like talking to strangers.
Yeah.
And Days Gone will take up to 67 gig of hard drive space.
Which is okay.
Wasn't Red Dead like 100?
Red Dead was 98.
Yeah.
So, spoilers that with Days Gone, embargo drops a little bit into day one of release for us here in Australia. It's a big old bummer. Now, I know a lot of American outlets have got it. We haven't received it yet. Actually, I don't know anyone in Australia that's got it yet. Which is interesting.
Maybe that's part of the embargo. Not even allowed to know who has it.
Ooh. Actually, no, I know people that would know people. So it's one of those situations where I reached out to the friend of mine that will tell me all the details. I'm like, hey, do you know anyone from the big places that has it? They're like, no, no one's got it. Yeah. I'm like, fuck
Australia.
So we're speculating with our good friend Joel of Anagame, and he's concerned that this may demonstrate some lack of confidence.
Yeah, it will be a 7.5 or an 8 game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just seems like that.
Only because, with God of War, they were like, hey, it's a week out from release. There's the embargo.
Yeah.
Everyone get it out. Because they knew that game was brilliant.
I get that perspective on things, but, whatever you think about Bethesda, they did the same worse with Doom. No press copies and all that kind of stuff. And Doom is incredible. So,
Yeah, it's very true. Very, very true.
Don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, yeah.
Paul knows someone who has it. Apparently, don't read this out loud. He says, "I won't. We won't."
Cool. I'd like to know who that is, if you know, because it's just out of curiosity.
Probably don't.
Not in the chat.
Okay. Just if someone else joins the chat now, they can see that.
I guarantee Dash does not have it. No one has it. Like even like the big guys like Press Start and stuff don't have it, as far as I'm aware.
Maybe he does.
I doubt it.
We'll find out on the day before release or the day of release, whenever the email goes. Anyway, Ryan, that's it for the news as we have a chat to the players about PlayStation 5 and new info and stuff.
Yeah, so in an almost odd a moment of, hey, we're willing to talk now. PlayStation released an article, spilled information to Wired about the PS5 and its specs. So the big thing here is that this is all the stuff, like all the nitty and gritty numbers and things about the console. So previously with the PS4 Pro and the original PS4, they did have a big presentation where they got up and they stood up and they blurted out all this. Mark Cerny did a presentation and everyone was like, I think it's great. I really love those presentations because it is nitty and gritty details is what makes me happy.
Yeah.
So what they've done
I don't
here,
understand any of it in terms of specs and what they've said, it's got this and that. And I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I can help you with some. I can help you with some of that.
Is. Do you want me to read?
So what we'll do is we'll run through this now, but yeah, and we'll go through there. So bring
the
it up.
specs. An AMD chip at its core, the CPU is created from AMD's Ryzen line, 3rd gen, with 8 cores of 7nm Zen 2 microarchitecture. Chip also includes a custom unit for 3D audio, which should work through 3D speakers and surround sound, with headphones being the best option. I don't know what that is.
So it is. So what they're using is the like the AMD Ryzen style chipset.
I understand that because that's the first part of the sentence.
Yeah. So it's
but like, where does that sit in the hierarchy of what's good?
Ryzen is brilliant.
Yeah,
Ryzen is actually brilliant. So what Ryzen does that makes it like exceptional? It's what I use here. We have a Ryzen in this computer here. Our good friend Ethan from Tag Mods, he likes to work exclusively with Ryzen because the way these chips are designed is so they're obviously multi-core, multi-threads, but that they have an incredible way of splitting the workload over the CPU to sort of make everything work within unison and using multiple cores at once in a way that the Intel haven't quite nailed yet.
Do you know what ray tracing is?
I do.
Because the GPU will allow for that too.
Correct. So with this CPU, it multitasks staggeringly better than the regular Intel card. So if you are someone that's going to stream from the console, you'll be able to stream and play the game without any major hiccups. It's just going to be able to run a smoother, presumably a smarter experience.
Okay. It comes with an SSD that, quote from Mark Cerny, has a raw bandwidth higher than any SSD available for PCs. Is that hyperbole? That's
a bit of hyperbole. SSDs are really, really expensive, and that's probably a big hurdle there, especially when it comes down to their sizing. However, the flash memory for SSDs are brilliant. Like I have an SSD in this computer. And I have my Windows and stuff, everything running on this. So for that reason, Windows boots up in 8 seconds.
So as an example from Mark Cerny, on the PS4 Pro, Spider-Man has a 15-second load time for fast travel. With this SSD, fast travel took 0.8 seconds.
Brilliant.
That's pretty good.
And on top of that, so they did demonstrate the swinging through the city was actually able to be done faster because they were able to pull more data quicker, allowing them to traverse the world faster.
We'll also support 8K gaming. I'm not even at the 4K spot
So
yet.
we'll get to that. So when they mentioned that they're using the new Navi AMD graphics card, I believe it was. Now, as of right now, the actual specifics on Navi don't quite exist. It's still in its very much early stages.
Why did they name it after the little spirit from Zelda?
Because I don't know.
Isn't it Navi?
It is Navi, yeah.
And they're also the Avatar.
Hey,
aren't they called the Navi?
They are called the Navi. Yeah. So the big thing here is, which I kind of glanced over, but the ray tracing, right? Ray tracing is relatively new technology. You can pretty much pick it up now exclusively on the Intel RTX cards. So what it does, it's how it
not exclusively anymore, because this one can do it.
Well, as of right now, it's exclusively with a lot of the Intel cards. So the way it works, it's all about how light is dispersed in a scene. So it kind of adds this additional realism because the way it controls light.
Will this eliminate God rays and stuff like that?
Yeah, so it just in terms of how it reflections on water and how light would naturally illuminate a room, and because of a lot of it is software based, as in like it's the whole idea of a ray tracing system is you plug that into your engine and it kind of does a little bit of the work for you. So that frees up time for the developers to do something else. And on top of that, because it's the way about natural dispersion of light, they can also use that same algorithm or that same core structure for audio. So you'll have a better 3D audio setup because it's how audio would naturally move around the room.
I think Division 2 has very good lighting.
It does.
Very dark at times, but when you look for the light sources around the room, you're like, it makes sense for this to be pretty fucking dark.
Yeah.
I'm saying. A little life hack for you for the Division: if you ever can't see, get a grenade out with the reticle circle. It illuminates everything around you.
Hey.
So if you get stuck in like a tunnel like I have, I'm walking, and I'm like, am I even moving anywhere? And then I like fire my gun. I've been walking against the wall for 3 minutes. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been pretty huge. Now, when it mentions 8K, I guarantee they're not making 8K games. It's them pulling their dick out and going, the GPUs that we're using here have the ability to reach 8K graphics.
It says it supports 8K games.
Means it has the power to do
keyword
so.
is support.
I think all they're pretty much saying is this is powerful enough to have 4K as standard without too much of a concern. Like whether we can get 4K 60, I hope so. I believe that should be a standard of whatever. But yeah, so I think it's them going, it can... Like, okay, let's look at this. So even like the PS4 Pro, right? Like, it can do 4K, but kind of can't. It has to be pushed to get to that 4K a little bit. There's a little bit of trickery in there. And I think this is the same thing. Like, that we can do 8K with some trickery, but we can do 4K standard.
Okay. That's it for specs. Is that it for specs?
That's
all I could see there.
Yeah, there's a couple other things in there. Like, they did mention that it's going to, obviously, with Spider-Man's, it should be natively backwards compatible. With PS4 at least. Should be pretty cool.
Price and release date. Guaranteed it's not out in 2019.
No, we've discussed it 1,000 times, yeah.
And the price will be, what did he say? There was a quote. He had a very particular way. I think he said it'll be palatable for consumers or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking expensive.
Yeah, so in Australian dollar redos, I predict... I'm
going to say at least 700.
Yeah, I was going to say 650, 700.
Yeah, 699 at least for us down here. At about 500 US.
Yeah, I'd say that seems to be within the same ballpark of what it's been in the past. Like, especially with this not coming out for at least another year. Oh, they did also mention this has been in R&D since 2014. So they've been working on this one for a little while, which is very, very cool.
Since a year from when the PS4 launched.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, we've got it out, let's start working on the next one. But yes, that price does seem to make sense to me, because I think, although I think if they were to release it this year, I don't think it would fit that price point.
No, because you bought a Pro.
Yeah, by pushing it out a year.
Yeah, but I'm going to buy 2 of the motherfuckers.
Why do you buy 2?
Or whatever. Whether I get Xbox or PlayStation, I'm going to buy 2 because I'm a kid.
Oh, yeah. Point.
I'll bring out the old 60 months interest-free and half installment. They confirmed it will also be backwards compatible with PS4 titles, not mentioning anything earlier than that, PS3, PS2, PS1. It's good to get confirmation. It's pretty much a given that the PS4 games would play on the PS5.
It would be horrible if they didn't.
Yeah,
on a good note, though, it kind of makes me feel a bit more comfortable about that launch window. So there's less of a pressure to be like pumping out a string of games around launch window, because they're like, hey, here's a couple, but you can just keep playing everything you've been playing before.
But still nothing on classics or the PS3.
Not yet. We do know we have seen those patents in the past where it's like there are ways they're trying to work out ways to trick the software to imitate PS3 and PS2 and PS1, that sort of stuff. But I think that'll be probably around a bit more closer to launch. We'll hear more about that.
It's also backwards compatible with your PSVR.
Yes, which is brilliant. So there is some good and bad here with this bit of information. So it's excellent that you don't have to buy a new $600 headset to go with it. Yeah. Big tick right there. All software is compatible, obviously, because it's back with PS4 backwards compatibility. The downside is that means this in some capacity they're either continuing support of the PlayStation Move or the technology that's within that Move. Or they're allowing for it with whatever the new PSVR is.
Yeah, there's obviously going to be a PSVR 2 at some point, but I think they want to launch the 5 give it a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
And then maybe start looking at the next.
Yeah, because the only problem is like the Move technology is but.
Yeah.
It's old. It's already like 10 years old. Not even. I'm exaggerating there, but I think it's pretty close.
No, it's about a decade.
And then they're still running with that. Like it's just not as effective as it could be. So unless they're like that has the support, it has the ability to support that, and then any newer game, they have these new controls that don't use light, perhaps.
I've used the Vive controllers.
The Vive controllers are brilliant. Like the additional buttons for like gripping stuff, and it's awesome.
Beautiful controls. That's really about it. Other than stuff like PS Plus will, PS Plus will probably continue into it as how it is now. Hopefully they expand on it a bit. Because I'm just reading this article now. Because I forgot to email the news today. I normally write it at home, email it to myself, and bring it up on here. I forgot to email it, but I had broken down like proper talking points. I'd filtered through all this, but now I haven't. So
that's all right. Well, I've been able to elaborate for you on some of those things.
Sony is emphasising PS5 development internally. One of the most notable reported pieces of info prior to Wire's report was that PS5 first-party studios are now allegedly focusing their development efforts beyond what's in the works for PS4 and on the PS5.
Which is understandable. It would make total sense for them to push further. They did also confirm the dev kits are in the wild, and they have been in the wild for a little while, which is very, very cool.
This article's so funny. There's all these tabs for different things, and it's like, price and specs, we don't know. Release date, we don't know. Pre-order, we don't know. Official name, we don't know. It's just fluffing.
I think it'll be one of those ones they'll add to over and over
maybe.
as more details come through.
That's all the tabs on this article.
Yeah. But what do you think, man? So I've unloaded a bunch of info there. And there's an update there at the top there. No, that's
No.
correct. No.
Adding in the 8K stuff. Yeah, it's fine, I guess.
Or is it too much data to...
It's not enough for me to go, because I don't care. Like, I don't care. I care about loading times. Resolutions and frame rate. At the moment, I can give or take. I play 1080p at 30 frames. So, I'm not I've played at 60. It's cool. It's nice. But it's not like... I'm not going to jerk myself over it. Maybe if I could jerk it in 60 frames, I would. But I can't. It's just not enough. For me, there's not enough there.
Yeah.
It's backwards compatible. Cool. It seems powerful. That's cool. But you expect that. Yeah. There's nothing unexpected. Nothing to make you kind of go, holy shit. It's all like, yeah, we thought, we predicted that. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, like, for me, it gives me that good peace of mind. Like, I'm listening to it. I'm reading it going... Cool, yeah, cool. Ryzen, brilliant. I'm so glad they're using Ryzen because that is a logical step. Like, there was nothing wrong with I believe it was the Jaguar was the CPU they were using in the past. It's all well and good, but like it's very much pushing its limits here. And Ryzen is such a brilliant technology that it makes perfect sense for them to jump on that.
What's interesting is that they've dropped all these numbers before Microsoft.
Well, Well, a couple of things about that. We'll get to that in a sec. So one thing they failed to mention here is RAM. What their RAM is. So both PS4
lots.
Yeah, I assume. So currently the PS4 and PS4 Pro do run on 8 gigs of RAM. So as is the Xbox One X. So presumably I think they'll jump up to 16.
Why not 32?
We won't see 32.
Why
but
not 64?
I would love if we saw 32.
DDR. What numbers is it up to? 5 now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Last time I built my PC, it was 2.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get at least 16. If they're feeling generous, they might go to 32.
What is it? DDR5 in current gen?
It's currently 4. Okay. The Xbox One X uses 5, I believe. It's just how it fits on the board. Like it's a little bit smaller, a little bit faster.
Okay.
But yeah, don't. It's very cool that as they mentioned this, they've dropped this right before the Inside Xbox. Is that Persona?
No.
Oh, what's that?
Fortnite.
Oh.
That's my favourite dance. I don't play it anymore, but that tune, I'm like, this is fucking sick.
The
saxophones and stuff.
I love it.
I went through the effort of downloading the track, downloading an app to make a ringtone out of it, trimming it, fading it in, and then setting it as my tone.
I love it. But yeah, so it's very massive that they dropped this like the day before the Inside Xbox announcement, when they did the sort of road to E3, which means either Wired has had this for a while, probably I'd say at least a month or so. And then at that time they've gone, hey, drop it. And that goes in the wild. And on top of that, although I'm disappointed this wasn't a big presentation, because I would have loved that presentation. I would have loved to have heard it.
So boring.
Oh, for me, it's like, it makes me hard, though.
It's such a boring presentation to sit through.
Like, I'd want to listen to come from Mark Cerny's dulcet tones, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to hear from him directly what all these numbers mean and what they do. And also, it even shows that it kind of solidifies this point that PlayStation don't need a presentation to win the conversation. Like, this has been the total talking point over this last week, and it was an article where like Xbox had a big presentation and they announced, you know, the Xbox One all digital edition,
which still has an eject button and disc drive in it. Fun fact.
Well, they just sealed the front of it.
Yeah.
What?
I'm not joking.
Well, it's like, I know it's $50 cheaper or whatever, but like the disc drive itself is like probably like $12 at best. So they didn't just remove it; they just like paint over the front. Literally just duct taped it and painted it.
Yeah. And took the eject button out.
Are you shitting me?
It's fine. I mean, it's not false marketing. Someone's like, how to make your Xbox digital edition take discs.
Just bevel it out and then you're in.
Just a hammer and a chisel down the side of it.
Holy fuck. Oh,
But it's
I'm going to
interesting
verify
that Sony chose to drop it first, because now Xbox has the opportunity to react. Maybe they're too far in to react to it. Maybe Sony knows they've got a better product and they're kind of forcing that out, forcing Microsoft to have to try to make up for that at E3. You know, we know our specs aren't as good, but you know, because now I think it's pretty much a given we'll get the full Xbox reveal at E3.
Yeah.
Sony's given all their specs. There's no reason for Xbox to hold back unless they're like, fuck, we're not up to par with this.
But saying that though, like what the jumps they're talking about here in these specs isn't that staggering. Like, it's not like, and it comes with fucking like dual GPU box thing. Like, it's a reasonable jump. It's still a cool jump, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. So it wouldn't surprise me that Xbox would be doing something along those lines. And industries
jump.
Like this, I guarantee there's been talk, and they know what each other's doing.
Oh, for
whether
sure.
it be under the table or like there is like an off-the-record conversation somewhere about what each of them are doing.
All I'm excited for is that, you know, this really cements next gen's nearly here.
Yeah, and that part makes me happy.
I'm not super excited for the PlayStation or the Xbox because I know it's going to be a lot of money, and two, there's not enough there for me to go, wow.
Yeah.
You know? But next gen's nearly here, and that's exciting.
I'm excited because I like new tech.
Yeah.
And that part intrigues me to no end. To being like, ooh, that's just like, look, I want to touch it and just play with it.
What have they done with the controller?
That's a good point.
Apparently, I don't know where I read this. I don't know if we even talked about it, but the touch button is now a mini LCD screen.
That was the rumor.
Did we talk about that?
We did not.
Or did I read it somewhere else?
So we don't normally jump on a lot of rumors.
We do.
So
We have.
we do.
recently.
We kind of changed our rules. It's more fun that way.
But that'd be cool, I guess. Depending what you can do with it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Inventory management.
Like you said, I do wonder because there is that tough part now with Xbox One X coming a year later than the Pro. Like people, if they do announce another console and either it's coming this year or next year, there's still burn there. Like that's like I've had this Xbox One X for 2 years and now I have to get a new one. Well, no point do you never have to get a new one, but it's like that turnaround, right? Like
Yeah, but in that same respect, no one really dictates when next gen's going to come out. It's like one of them starts pulling the trigger and the other one has to react and be like, well, we have to start doing this as well. You know, so I don't know. They come out when they come out.
Yeah,
you had to have known at that point with the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X coming 4 or 5 years into their life cycle. You had to have known next gen's not too
3-4
far off.
years, right? Yeah.
It's on you. If you're going to piss and moan about buying a Pro or a One X, and then next gen getting announced now, basically, and have a whinge about it, that's on you, man.
Yeah.
That's not on anybody else.
Yeah, plus no one's forcing you to buy that stuff, so that's the big thing. Like for me, I'll be day oneing that bitch. I guarantee I'm day oneing that bitch. because
But it's very presumptuous. You haven't seen what Xbox are doing.
Yeah.
They could do something.
Dude, if
they could do something to make you go, holy fucking shit.
And I want them to. Like,
yeah, me too.
It's that situation of like, although we are a PlayStation show and we are very PlayStation focused.
I'm not biased.
You're playing a lot of Xbox currently.
Yeah, I'm not biased.
But I'm not biased. Like you said, if Microsoft come out and be like, here is this, and I'm like, that is better. That is like right now, the Xbox One X is unquestionably better than the PS4 Pro. Like, you cannot debate that in the slightest.
And services.
Yeah,
like
and
the
services,
Game Pass.
like Games Pass, all that sort of stuff. There are things that Xbox is doing right now that are just genuinely brilliant, and that like beat PlayStation in some aspects. But like, obviously, my heart does lie with PlayStation always. And
yeah, so does mine. As much as I have been enjoying my Xbox since I got it in December, and I've pretty much only played it since then, I'm still always a PlayStation guy. But it's okay to have a little side piece.
Yeah, little side chick.
I mean, I have no chick. But, you know, this is my equivalent, yeah? I look at my PlayStation with my controller like Xbox and you're like...
So do you reckon that there'll be a long wait between what they say here? So
no,
for PS4 Pro, we heard about it in February and they released it in November.
I'm throwing this out now. The next Xbox will be out by the end of the year. And the next PS5 will be March next year.
Wow,
that's my thing.
I like it. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Thanks. Why? Because it seems plausible. Because I'm taking a risk by saying it.
You're taking a risk.
I mean, I'm not risking anything.
Because 99%.
Other than someone going, you were wrong. Yeah, I know.
Because like 99% of the time, like they do tend to drop around Christmas. Because obviously there's that big idea of people save up money for Christmas, and having it 3 months after Christmas is a bit pushy. But then again, Nintendo proved that you can do that with the Switch and still sell millions.
And that bitch was not cheap.
Yeah, like
it was you $50 off paying for a PS4 at that point in time. You could have bought a PS4 or Xbox for $50 more than a Switch.
Yeah.
So price comparison, pretty much the same.
Yeah, and I think. I would like to think they've taken notice and are willing to step outside the usual path here. Although I do like the idea of Xbox dropping their one the end of this year and sort of forcing their hand a bit. Yeah.
It'll be hard. It'll be difficult not to purchase whichever one comes out first. Like if let's say you see the Xbox and the PlayStation and you're like, no, I'm 100% on the PS5. But the Xbox launches a couple months before the PS5.
Like if I
and you have to sit there every day going, next gen gaming is happening right now, and I'm not a part of it because I'm waiting that extra month, 2-3 months for the PlayStation.
If they announce the date for the new Xbox and at that point in time we don't know the PS5 date, that will make that difficult. I'm like, am I waiting 2 months? Am I waiting 6 months?
Meanwhile,
what am I doing?
Possibly me and your other friends is like, I'm playing next gen. It's brilliant. This is, and you're like,
because
when we get a date for one, within a week we'll have a date for the other.
Yeah.
That's just how it works. They can't for that reason. Yeah, because if Xbox are like, it's out on the first week of December. This is just for argument's sake.
We'll say it's normally mid-November they did last.
It's out mid-November, and then PlayStation are like, well, we need to let people know when ours is coming, otherwise everyone's going to just jump on the Xbox.
Yeah, Christmas will just be Xbox.
Yeah.
Which
we have to let people know.
Yeah.
It's how they have to force each other's hand. We've got the PlayStation specs, now Xbox has to release their specs. Whether they wait till they're 3 or not, it's up to them, obviously. We get a date for one of them, the other one has to react and give us a date for theirs. It's just who goes first and who reacts.
Do you think Xbox will have an advantage, but like a staggeringly different advantage if they happen to go first by a couple months?
No. I think it would almost be seen as a disadvantage.
Okay.
Because the perception would be, for me anyway, would be normally the one that you have to wait the longest for is normally the best. That's just how my mind kind of works.
And because we know that like it does give them that moment of time to course correct.
Yeah.
Like obviously they can't change manufacturing. Like up until that point, sorry, if they announce in June that the Xbox whatever is coming in November, like you can't change your manufacturing.
But they can't now anyway.
Yeah. So PlayStation are in the same boat. If it's looking like it's going to be March, we'll use your time frame because I like your time frame. We put it in March of next year. Even if they come out and say, this is what the Xbox is doing, Sony can't change their production, but they like they have in the past. Where like, this is how you trade games. Like they had 24 hours, not even, to go between the Xbox conference and the PlayStation conference, and they were able to win the war, quote unquote, out of the gate simply within a day. I just think
we've got a very different Microsoft/Xbox than we had in 2013.
Agreed.
Completely
Totally
different. Phil Spencer has been incredible for the brand. He's a great spokesperson. He has great ideas. He's a very public figure.
He's built some massive goodwill for Xbox. He's done
very goodwill for Xbox. All the systems they've brought in are very good. They are in a position to be like, this generation is ours. They've been built because really in the last 6 months, Sony's got nothing but like maybe apathy, maybe some ill will in terms of cross-play and all this, you know.
They've been quiet, and that's the problem.
They've been quiet, which makes the conversation have to go to negatives. It's like, well, they're not doing anything positive. Why aren't they doing this and that and that?
Yeah.
So like Xbox are going in
quiet leads to questioning.
Yeah. Xbox are going in on a big upswing, and Sony are going in maybe on a flat line. I'm not going to say they're going.
They're certainly not declining.
Definitely not decline. Maybe a flat line.
They're plateauing.
Yeah, they've plateaued. So. But in the end, I've learned like through this gen, I don't give a fuck who sells more or not. I don't care who wins. It's just about the games. And the hardest thing for me, because I'm really enjoying my Xbox, is if I do decide to get an Xbox first next gen, it's like, well, I'm looking, but I want to play God of War 2. I want to play Horizon 2. I want to play The Last of Us. I need to play all these games.
Well, that's the downside of you having to buy two, like is... You know, or even if you buy an Xbox and then you buy the PS5.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. I would really like next gen just to have, this is my console for the gen.
Yeah.
I'm not going, because at the moment I've got Switch as well, and it's just like, it's fucking stupid, man. Just pick a console and stick with it. And I love Xbox for, one, the controller and the systems that it has in place, but I love PlayStation for the exclusives. And a lot of people do as well.
I haven't turned my Xbox on in a very long time. If anything, I'll probably trade it in towards my PS5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I bought it thinking that we would open up our opportunities to get more codes that are sort of hit Xbox. You know, that kind of idea would be like for us as an outlet, it'd open up our reviewing potential. With the rise of PlayStation since then, its dominance over the Xbox, places just have more PS4 codes.
It's just in exclusives.
No, but I mean, like, in terms of access for us, it was like, well, if they don't have PS4 codes, we get Xbox. They're like, oh, no, we have an abundance of PS4 codes.
But, like, it doesn't, like...
Because statistically, 60% of people, 70% of people have Xbox.
If we're reviewing Assassin's Creed...
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if it's on the Xbox or the PlayStation, but obviously you stick with it because the games are there. The games are there.
No, but I just mean, like, because of, like, although I was certainly open to using my Xbox to play things, but because of the situation... They just had more, so I'm actually using it a lot less than I thought I would. I had a lot more. I thought by having the Xbox, I would spend more time with it, and I haven't, and that's a shame. And for that reason is why I know going to PS5, I'm going to be picking up a PS5.
But having said that, Microsoft have picked up all these very, very good studios.
They have, and they really, really have.
And you know, yeah, I'm keen for God of War 2 and Horizon 2 and The Last of Us 2, etc. No, I don't give a fuck. But I really don't. I don't.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it's been too quiet enough. It's too quiet. I don't know. But what I'm getting at is, you know, Xbox are bringing out tons of new IPs. What you'd presume to be new IPs, and they've done that this gen. They've all been a bit average, you know, Quantum Break and Recore and all that. But from these studios, like they could really, you know, be on par with the PlayStation.
But because of when they've acquired these studios, I still don't think a lot of this will be within the first year. So I think it'd be very safe to not jump on the new Xbox within at least the first year.
Having said that, you don't know. Yeah, we don't know behind the scenes were they already, you know, far enough in development for this, and Xbox bought that IP. Obviously, with Obsidian, they didn't buy the Outer Worlds IP, but Obsidian's a fucking big studio. Maybe they were already working on the next thing, and maybe Xbox picked that up in the deal as well.
Let's just be presumptuous and say that they were like, we'll give it the three-year dev cycle, which is low end these days. That's a very quick turnaround. And they announced all these studio acquisitions last year, so that's at least a year in development. If not, we'll be optimistic and say they were already pre-production for a year, so they've been working proper developing for this year. That still leaves another
But
year.
if you want to make that argument, God of War will be the same window as those games.
That's actually my next point.
Yeah, God of War
but
was the only game we could perceivably get in terms of all these sequels we're waiting for that haven't been announced yet is Horizon 2.
Yeah.
If Guerrilla's even doing that and not doing Killzone, we don't know. Well, they are doing Horizon because there was a tweet last week
from Janine or whatever,
but
from Shiva.
Again, Guerrilla's a fucking big studio and they could be gunning for Killzone on launch, and Horizon's not going to be till a year or two after.
Yeah, I was about to back in my point with that. It's being like, hey, we don't know what they're doing, and that same case, like we're even in a worse situation with PlayStation.
And
like
with Ghost of Tsushima and The Last of Us, they're going to be on PS4.
Yeah, they'll be.
Death Stranding, arguable.
By having PS4 be backwards compatible, so PS5 backwards compatible with PS4, yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, they'll be on PS4.
Yeah.
So in terms of unannounced things, there's only really Guerrilla Games, I think, that could give us something in the launch window.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot there for us.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of Japan, like Studio Japan, maybe some like Sony London or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe
but they're not the heavy hitters.
They are not.
PlayStation.
Yeah, there's not going to be the big hitter. We're not unless they time it now with like The Last of Us, with Death Stranding as a launch game. That would be mad.
I wouldn't. I want The Last of Us on PS4. Just fucking give it to me.
You just give me ready.
Give it to me. They'll just do what they did with PS3 and PS4, and
Remaster it.
just remaster it. But they don't have to because it's backwards.
They just release a big patch that gives it its PS5 support.
Who knows?
Jumping over to the chat, Paul James says, it's hard to have a date reaction in these sorts of cases because you're dictated by manufacturing. He also mentions trophies.
Now, here's the thing with here's the thing with trophies is that trophies are achievements. I'll happily get either. Like I enjoy seeing them pop on the Xbox as well. This is why I literally don't play the Switch.
Yep.
I don't trophy hunt. I'm not someone to be. For most games, I don't trophy.
We don't go out of our way to get trophies,
No,
but if they're
it's that little,
I want them.
It's that little tick every now and then.
Yeah.
And the Switch just not having it just makes me completely not interested.
Which is like I'm super tempted to jump on Hollow Knight on PlayStation.
$10
Yeah.
for the Void Heart edition with all the DLC and everything. Crazy.
Because like having playing it on the Switch was tough and didn't like it, and I think it'd be better, and I get trophies. Even though in the likes of Paul or any other PlayStation shows out there like Dylan from Explosion Network, big trophy hunter. Same as Buddy Watson from Dash Culture. These guys just talk about trophies and getting trophies.
But I've had my Xbox for 5 months. I'm nearly at 10,000 achievement points. We're playing the fuck out of this thing.
But like you said, we don't go for the 100%, but we do. We do still
game.
like the pop.
The game. Sony first parties, how they've been, where you can get 100% and they're not tied to difficulty levels. I'm all in on that.
Yeah.
That's all me. I'm keen as. God of War was still fucking hard.
I enjoyed all of it though. I
Valkyries
still have to chip off Spider-Man. I am so close. I just haven't gone back.
But the way Sony have done their first party exclusive trophy list, I like that. That do them. I like those trophy lists.
I agree.
Whereas looking at ones where it's like Devil May Cry, I was looking at like play on like Heaven and Hell difficulty without a death. Shovel Knight. That's one of my favorite games of all time. What's the trophy list? No, finish the game without dying. On all that.
I die within minutes.
That's not for me.
Paul Juzzle jumping in and says Phil Spencer has said that some of the games from some of these studios will be at E3. Yeah, but like how often do they showcase games 5 years before it drops? Like, I'm exaggerating there, but I mean like hey, here it is. This game's coming in 18 months.
But, Sony is similar. Like, how many times did we see God of War at E3?
That's not an Xbox dig. That's a game dig.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
maybe they are, but they need to because next gen is coming. They know they lost the exclusives battle by a long fucking mile, so they need to show, hey, we picked up all these good studios. You want to know what they're working on? Here's what they're working on. Something to get excited about.
Yeah. And of course,
or maybe see the trailer and go, oh shit.
And of course, they've still got their Halo and their Gears of War to run back on, and like that's probably going to be with their big year one staples. Then everything else will.
But see, in one respect, on the Xbox side of things, it's very exciting because you don't know what's coming.
True.
On the PlayStation, we know the next probably 3 years of releases.
Well, yeah. If we speculate that everything that's done well is getting a sequel, yeah. Yeah.
There's no surprises left as of right now. There's no surprises left other than what Guerrilla's doing, if they're doing Killzone or not. Other than that, there's no surprises left. We know what everyone's doing. You know, Santa Monica's obviously doing God of War 2. We know what Naughty Dog is doing.
Yeah, it's been heavily alluded to that they're doing.
We know Death Stranding. We know Ghost of Tsushima. None of those have release dates. So we know the next 2 to 3 years of PlayStation exclusives. We got no fucking idea with it. And that's exciting. It could end up be horrible. It could turn out to be absolute travesty.
Yeah.
But it's still exciting in the lead up.
It's very, very cool. Paul Johnson is agreed, but they do need to do something like that to counter what we know is coming to PS5. So spot on what you just said there. So let us know what you think of these PS5 news and add some speculation to PS5 and what it's going to be doing.
Call me a dick for being an Xbox fanboy.
So what I did do as well is I did reach out.
Sorry, one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The main reason I'm also enjoying my Xbox is because that's where my kid plays.
Yes.
Because all his friends have Xbox, so he plays his Xbox, and I like to play games with my son. So I'm kind of shoehorned a little bit.
Well, see, that's the big benefit. Like, my son will still be like,
thank you, Paul.
Fucking Xbox fanboy. Well, that's the thing, because James is still too young, so I don't have to look at that right now. And that's the advantage.
So you can just groom him. But Alex was always groomed as PlayStation until, grade 4-ish, and his friends start talking about playing games and all that, and they're like, well, we all play on Xbox.
Peer pressure's a bitch.
Well, he just wanted to play with his friends. Yeah. And I get that. So I got him, when his next birthday, I got him an Xbox. But now he only plays there. And I'm like, hey, do you want to play a game? He's like, oh, no, I'm playing with my friends. Oh, I bought this machine to play with you.
Yeah.
So maybe I can do whatever the fuck I want, because he doesn't play with me anymore anyway.
Yeah, it's not cool to play with Dad anymore.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
Go on.
It's not cool to play with Dad anymore. I did play Fortnite with him and two of his friends a couple of weeks ago. And I'm playing with them, and they're like, who's that? And I'm like, it's my dad. Ugh.
And you won?
Is he any good? And Alex like, yeah, he's pretty good. I hadn't played for like a month. I was parachuting in, I hit a tree, fell off and died. Because when you hit the ground, I hit the tree because it's a block and died. And they're like, I heard his friends like, just let him die. I'm like, oh.
So you weren't even going to come in there and redeem yourself?
I'm not even
going
to. Yeah. I don't even want to play with you guys anyway.
Look, it's pretty good. Comes in. Does lots of winning.
Sorry.
But let us know what you think of all this news, and throw your speculations in about the PS5 in those comments below, Facebook group, as well as the Discord. Now, as we did mention, this is our episode 100.
It's been really long. Can I turn that on?
Yeah, man, please turn on. Yeah. So this is episode 100, and so I did reach out to the PopC community for, because a big hunk of these people have been around since day one, and we just wanted to sort of, have a bit of a share with them, so like if they have any memories of our 100s.
Okay.
So I picked 2. Paul, he goes, his biggest memories, obviously the episode he was in, of course, when we got...
Which one? Or like all 6 of them?
Yeah, or like 9 of them. When we talked about getting Harvest Moon and Shane Warne Cricket 99 on the PS1 Classic.
I remember that.
And making it instantly better than the actual product that was released.
You didn't have to do much to make the product better than it was.
Yeah, no, it's over there. It sits over there. I've used it twice. I did buy a memory card, though. Like the memory card, like USB to chip it. Okay. And like fuck with it. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. And then lastly was old Crispy Biscuit. Kyle, he says, I've been following you lads ever since I first saw the 3 of you at EB Expo in Sydney. It was about a couple of years ago
Jesus.
now. He goes, I first spotted you guys walking around and freaking out at the Resident Evil 7 display. What caught my attention most was the fact that you were all rocking those science jackets.
And we dropped them.
Yes. They need to make a return, even if it's just episode 100. Oh. I hope to spot.
Why didn't you say anything?
Well, they're hanging at the door if you want to go grab them. They're still in the house. So I hope to spot you guys at PAX this year. Hang out, have a few drinks, and play some games. You certainly will, Crisp.
Have to bring the lab coats.
We will, yeah, just for him. Keep doing what you're doing, fellas. My time in video games press may be over, but you guys are doing something truly entertaining, and it shows with how much effort you put into love of the industry. Looking forward to episode 100 and even 200.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thank you, Crisp. But yeah, like this is by far.
Paul wants them.
Grab them. Yeah, they're hanging on the door. The front door, like on the clothes rack that used to be in the room here.
Can you expect James?
Yeah, James, my son will no doubt run in. But yeah, no, it's been a very cool time doing 100 episodes. So like, as I mentioned last week, I've been podcasting for like 7 years at this point, and I guarantee I've done like 500 plus shows in my time. That includes guesting on shows, doing that sort of stuff, radio stuff. But this is the longest consistent running show that I've ever done. So in the previous podcast I did before we jumped into the old games biz, I did 88 episodes of. And I think we did about 70 something when we were on radio. Yeah, and this brings us to old one, even that just for crispy biscuit. All right. Oh. Man, I've gotten fatter.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, there you go. It's like old back in the day.
Look at that contrast on that.
But yeah, so like, what about you? The 100 episodes. Like, don't get me wrong. I totally thought we'd get 100 episodes easy. Like, the way this show works, the way our dynamic works, I knew this would keep going.
I still remember the discussion. It's like, oh man, Colin left kind of funny. No more PS I Love You. And we were looking for something else. And everyone's like, listen to my one of it. And we're like, oh.
Yeah, we did. Like, because like when... There were people that did sort of fill that void. So the idea for this show did stem from Kind of Funny when Colin left Kind of Funny. They removed PS I Love You because they would no longer continue the show, and that was one of our staples of podcast listening to, because we're obviously big PlayStation guys, if you haven't known by now. So we thought, well, why not we fill that void? No, now we didn't expect to be on the same level as them. We just missed listening to that, and we wanted to continue that, even if it was just us.
2 days later, I'm like, hey, here's a theme song.
Yeah. Like, it was great. So we actually recorded 3 pilots for this show. Like, we wanted this to be so tight that his name is Kyle, but his Crispy Biscuit is his tag on everything. So like, let's call him Crisp. Yes, yes, we were that particular about wanting to release this like a tight show that we went out of our way to create multiple pilots. So like, even though in that time there were quite a number of other shows that popped up,
trying to take advantage
of that time frame, and like, we probably could have been all right if we did it a little bit earlier. We could have also not been either. So in that case, I'm totally happy that we did.
Having said that, respect, we would have continued anyway.
Yeah, we would have done it anyway. Like, we're in the situation now. Like, it has views mildly declined since then, but I still have fun doing it. It is by far one of the highlights of my week.
I'd love to go far enough back in our 3-way chat with Joel from Anigame to see what names we pitched for the show originally. Because we had days of just like pitching names for the show. Yeah. And some of them were so fucking bad. But we're going back like a year and 14 months. Yeah, nearly 2 years.
Episode 1 went up
Facebook
on
chats.
May 7th, 2017.
Oh, my jaw hurts talking so much.
So instead of coming with our own original name, we just straight up stole some trademark.
Hey, can we do that? I don't know. For the players.
And we deal with PlayStation directly, and they've never had a problem. Yeah. So as long as we don't try to copyright it ourselves, I guess we're probably okay.
I mean, if they're like, hey, you got to change the name, we could always be For the Players.
For the players, yeah.
For the players.
With AH.
Alright, best number, I'll just show something. This is for the players. PopCulturists PlayStation.
What about
Podcast.
you? What's your, as we go towards the end of episode 100,
I'm glad we don't wear these anymore.
Yeah.
These are like cardboard.
Yeah. Well, they haven't been washed in at least 2 years.
All the events were always like in summer. It was like 35 degrees. It's already just sweaty men everywhere.
Saying that, though, it totally worked. It got Crisp's attention.
Did.
That was the point.
Yeah.
We wanted to be instantly recognizable.
I remember standing outside EB Expo. Must have been Sydney, the same one Crispy was at. Like in these, I'm like, I feel like
just sweating balls.
I feel like a fucking idiot. People are like looking at us and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's just really hot. I remember from that day. I was like, I fucking hate these. I never wear them again. I did because that was our shtick.
That was our shtick at the time.
We still got
the beakers down there.
Still got the science stuff because we were the pop culture stemmed from it being like a science.
Yeah, like the science of pop culture, and it was just kind of to create something that was going to be a bit different, and it was different. Yeah. But then, at the time, it's not as if I wasn't confident that we could be enough with personalities, but I was more concerned. I'm like, are we enough? Is it just our personalities enough? And it turns out very quickly, yes, it was enough. So we didn't need these gimmicks anymore.
To keep our 20 consistent viewers?
Damn right,
we didn't need the lamppost.
No. It was more fun if it's just doing that.
If we did this for the views, we would have stopped a long time ago. Right?
Mm.
If we did this show just to try to get views, we would have stopped ages ago.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And like I said, although my personal goals are still to one day make this the number one show made in Australia, is my plan. And there's only 3 of us, so I think we may already be there, so go us. Yeah, even with 20 views. But, So, but yeah, Ben, you have any fond memories of your time to FTP?
No.
It all kind of blurs together.
The drive every week just kills me.
Yeah.
It still does. It's not even that long. But today, Easter holidays, everyone's going the same way as me to get to Torquay and all these holiday places like Anglesey and all that. And I didn't have Sacred Symbols today either because it's not Saturday.
Oh, no.
It's not up just yet.
You didn't have the Patreon.
And it's normally my drive to Ryan's is listening to Sacred Symbols. It was a really shit trip here today. I say trip, it's 20 minutes up. But you know what, it took 45 because of stop and
super traffic.
So, it's just fun, man.
Yeah.
It's our only chance to really hang out.
Yeah.
Seeing as we are grown adults with kids and jobs.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, no, and that's one of the big things. That's one of the other reasons I love it as much as I do. Like, regardless of all the talking PlayStation shit, it's just nice to hang out with you. And same goes for like when we did fucking wrestling and stuff. It's just, although regardless of even if we never put it on the internet, like I just like hanging out with you, and that's part of it. I think that's why the show works. Like literally, I went back and watched episode 1 yesterday.
Did you?
It's fine. It may be better than it is now.
Really?
Like
because we kept to
we tried.
Structure. We were trying.
Now we just don't fucking care. So like it's a reasonably tight show.
Yeah, but this way we've got a bit more free flow. You know, it's a bit more casual.
But yeah, like I mean, like it's one of those things. Like just looking at it, and of course we've obviously been This is our 5th year as the PopCulturists.
Fuck.
Come June. So like we bounce off each other, no questions asked, and it's cool to see. Like, if anything, we've just bounced off each other better up until this point.
Yeah, doesn't mean we always agree on things.
I like it.
Like we have good episodes where we're staunchly on opposite ends of the field.
I love that shit.
And it's good though.
Yeah.
But then, you know, the camera goes off and it's just like, so what are you doing this weekend? You know? That's just how it goes.
I do truly love this show.
I do miss, to an extent, the events, the expos and all that. The trips.
Yeah. Well,
not the expos themselves, the trip.
Yeah.
You know, me, you and Dylan on a plane, in a hotel room, you know, going out for tea, that kind of stuff. With the event in the middle of it.
Yeah. So for that reason, because EB Expo doesn't exist now interstate, I just get a hotel over PAX. So I can treat it the exact same way, but without the $1,000 in flights. Yeah. So like I can get a better hotel room.
The last one we did was good.
Yeah,
the hotel had the pool and we had barbecues every night. Yeah, that was good times.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm going to Sydney next month.
Oh, what are you going to Sydney for?
Samsung training.
Hey, that sounds really average.
They pay for flights and accommodation. So me, Dad, and Damien, the other guy we work with, are going up there next month.
Because you're the only Samsung rep in Geelong, yeah?
Warranty agent, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant, yeah.
Samsung, Daikin, LG, Mitsubishi Electric, Carrier, Toshiba.
You have all the exclusives on them?
Yeah. Wow. We are the PlayStation of AC repair.
Brilliant.
I need to get that vinyl on the van.
Everyone's like, I don't get it. Like, we have really good exclusives. Like, oh. But anyways, of course, big thank you to every one of you that have watched us for these 100 episodes. I did the math. It's like 109 hours. It's over 6,500 minutes of your life has been spent listening to just this show. Yeah. Presumably you've listened to all the episodes and all of it, which you may not have, which you probably have.
And I don't blame you.
I don't blame you if you
have. If I joined the podcast, it's like episode 100. It's like, this is my starting point.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is it. So yeah, big thank you to everyone that has joined us and supported us, whether it be through Patreon. Like, your names will be read out at the end of this episode, and it's one of those things. Like, we were always hesitant to do like Patreon and that sort of stuff, and we've come to learn that we have a pretty awesome community, and with FTP being one of the big tent poles of PopC, it's a lot of support around this show is amazing, and we're very, very grateful. Even though we're a small community, I fucking like it that way.
So I forgot that this was episode 100, so I didn't prepare any kind of speeches.
Me neither. That all just came out just then. So
well, you're a better talker than I am. Thanks, everyone.
It's all well and good.
Oh, it's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
I never know, even after 100 episodes, because sometimes I'm like, all right, that's my cue, and you're like, what up?
Well, I've got to give you some inane garbage.
That PlayStation conversation happened on a Monday morning at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and 8 a.m. on iTunes, Spotify, and other podcast services. If you'd like to be a part of future conversations all the way up to number 200 and beyond, please join us on Facebook, Discord, comment below. If you're feeling really generous, join us on Patreon. Patreon.com/PopCulturists. Head over there, check out the tiers. There might be something there that interests you.
If you do support us on Patreon, you can watch us record these shows live, just like Paul has. If you want to support PopCulturists on your body, head to popculturist.com/shop, where you can buy shirts with all our sort of assorted logos and crap on them. I should reach out to James and see if he'll make a 100 episode special too.
Also, there was no drop at the time of recording.
Oh yeah, no drop. Yeah, because we
shut the fuck up.
Because we normally record on a Saturday, and today's Good Friday because we all have family shit for this weekend.
Yeah.
And we are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculturists. And of course, if you're on those podcast services, please go and check out The Young and the Wrestlers, the PopCulturists WWE podcast, where I pretty much just mark out with Jess.
Jess?
Jem, sorry.
Jesus.
It's been a long day.
You know your co-host, man.
With Jem.
I should probably start getting in on that, shouldn't I?
Well, if you want, give it a listen to.
Yeah.
Even you don't have to watch, you can just listen to Jem and I gush out of me. Like, I didn't watch the episode this week, but I got all the points that I needed.
Hey, if I haven't watched it, I at least go to the Bleacher Report and just read the recap.
If you do, you should listen to it, because I'm proud to say, our first ever fuck you Vince McMahon rant.
Ooh. What happened?
I rant about the War Raiders getting renamed.
To the Viking?
The Viking experience.
That's it. Sounds like an exhibit at a museum.
I called it a very shitty cruise. And Jem thought it was a bad porno.
You've got like D-list budget Jack Sparrow on the cruise ship.
But it's a good laugh. So until next week, and for many episodes, maybe like 5 or more, I suppose, I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
And that was For the Players. For the Players, the PopCulturists PlayStation Podcast is fan-supported at patreon.com/thepopculturists. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders: Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers: Damien Holdies, Hakim NPC, Lee Wintershoven, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.